It is time to Norse up here on Local12.com, joined by Northern Kentucky basketball coach John Brannen. Great to see you as always. A little off season for you right now. Yeah. This is about the only time as a Division I head coach you have a little downtime. What goes on right now?
Well, right now we've got our players on campus, so we can work with them basketball-wise 2 hours a week. They do strength and conditioning for 6 hours. Other than that, we just are on the phones recruiting, get reconnected with our families, make it home at decent hours, and hopefully have weekends off.
A little bit of a payoff for a long season. Now, early July, things really get cranked up. Then you get after it again, recruiting-wise.
Yeah, so, for college basketball, obviously everybody gets excited once conference play starts in January. There's a lot of build-up to then, and July recruiting period is a big part of that. So all the recruiting that takes place that people get excited on the websites and stuff really starts July 6th. That's when we'll go out and watch AAU programs play across the country. So we'll go across the country for the entire month of July, come back in August, have a few weeks off, and then we'll get revved up and start practice.
It was your first year at NKU. I remember being there for your introductory press conference, and just so much excitement. And you know this area, you know the recruiting base. What was your first year like, kind of start to finish?
Yeah, Brad, I think, for us it was a startup. Yeah. It was all about putting the culture in and putting the foundation of how our program was going to be run. And that was through building trust with our student athletes and our coaching staff and building a level of toughness. We really needed to build that toughness. I thought we built that throughout the year. We had huge wins. We beat Oakland at Oakland, which is the top 100 team. We beat Milwaukee at home and Detroit at home. So we had 2 or 3 top 150 wins, which has never been in school history. And then we had wins on the recruiting trail, which I was really excited about. We're going to see 7 new faces this year. Carson Williams, Mr. Basketball in the state of Kentucky. Dantez Walton, Division III Player of the Year in Ohio. We got the Kansas City Player of the Year in Blake Spellman, and Jalen Tate, whose father Jermaine played at the University of Cincinnati. So when we had Jeff Garrett, who sat out from Alabama last year. So we've got 7 new faces. We've basically flipped the roster. But our success will be determined by those 5 guys that are coming back that provided great minutes last year. Yeah,
getting all kinds of accolades for that class. How soon does that class go from potential to seeing something happen out on the court?
Well, you don't win with freshmen necessarily. The all freshman league in Horizon, the all freshman team are made up of 5 guys, and they're all in the bottom of the standings. So unless you're Kentucky, you don't typically compete for national championships with freshmen. But I do like our guys, and once we get into January and February, and they start to get more into their sophomore year, we're going to rely on our veteran guys early on. But those freshmen, that they'll develop the way I've seen them develop the first 3 weeks here in summer workouts. I'm really excited about the potential of this program.
And your coaching staff as well. You've had a nice chance to kind of mold a group of guys that understand your philosophy and kind of understand what NKU basketball is all about.
No question. Being from here, I've got a tremendous feel for the tradition of Northern Kentucky basketball, and I think the direction it needs to go in. We've got a dynamic staff, and those guys have really done an outstanding job in recruiting first and foremost and developing relationships with our guys. We've got some experience on our staff now. So I'm excited about where NKU basketball is headed, and we all know it starts with the players. And recruiting is probably where we've gotten the most traction here early. I think that's what the people in Northern Kentucky are most excited about seeing these new faces walk through the door.
Quick question, final question. X's and O's, that's your passion, your love. But recruiting is equally as important at college basketball. How do you balance those in terms of your effort, your energy, and the satisfaction you get out of it?
That's a great question. You get into coaching to deal with young people and to make them better and to coach the game of basketball. Recruit. If you want to win, though, you got to recruit. We're not in the NBA. We don't have general managers that decide what our roster is. So if we want to have success, which is what we're all in it to do, you better get out and recruit every day. And there's an old saying, recruiting is like shaving. You better do it every day or you don't look very good.
John Brannen, thanks for stopping by.
Brad, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care.